I mentioned that there are a number of major Supreme Court decisions that we have to deal with. The Supreme Court devastates antitrust laws. But what I want to start out with is the Republican Party having become a death cult. All right, the Republican Party is a death cult. How else could you define it? The Republican Party is pro-war. They are pro-gun. They are pro-death penalty. This is a death cult, right? They voted against denying guns to terrorists and the mentally ill, right? The Democrats proposed legislation that would say if you are a terrorist or if you are mentally ill, and adjudicated such by a judge, right? If a judge has determined that you are a terrorist or mentally ill, you may not buy a weapon. And the Republicans voted against that law, defeated it. Sowing the seeds of racial hatred. This is from Mugsy'sRapSheet.com, by the way. This little meme here. Sowing the seeds of racial hatred. The Republicans, this morning on Morning Joe, there was this discussion in the last hour of their show. I picked up maybe 15 minutes of it. And there was this discussion about how, nobody is taking seriously anymore that, when Democrats say that Republican's a racist, that Republican's a Nazi, no one's taking it seriously anymore because Democrats have been calling Republicans racists and Nazis for so many years, when in fact they weren't racist or Nazis. Ronald Reagan wasn't a racist or a Nazi. George W. Bush wasn't a racist or a Nazi. Those terrible Democrats. That was the essence of their message this morning. There was no discussion on MSNBC's Morning Joe this morning about the fact that the Republican Party has been using Richard Nixon's Southern strategy ever since 1968 when he devised it. Reach out to the racist vote. Shout out to the racist vote. Scream out to the racist vote. And Trump has put that on steroids. Okay. Opposing food stamps for children. Only a death cult would say, poor children, children of the working poor, oh yeah, we're just going to, take their food stamps away from them. Opposing health care for the poor. Seriously? I mean, and you call yourself A, Christian, or B, decent human being? Sorry, Republicans, you don't get to call yourselves either of those two things when you're opposing health care for the poor. Trying to close women's health care clinics? Not just trying. They have succeeded in closing dozens of them around the country. Denying climate change as our planet is tipping into the sixth extinction. And these guys are, this is Nero fiddling while Rome burns on steroids. Opposing the peace deal with Iran? Oh yeah, it's a peace deal. We want war. That's the Republicans' mantra. They disagree with the Pope on these things, by the way. They disagree with the scientists on the matters of science. They've blown up the Middle East, started a war in Iraq, started a war in Afghanistan. This is the modern Republican Party. It is a death cult. They're talking about encouraging the strip mining of the Canadian tar sands, drilling for oil in the Arctic Circle, starting unnecessary wars that kill millions, refusing to fix our infrastructure, all while pining for the second coming. We'll be back.